Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker, back again today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today, I'm going to be challenging mortgage professionals and financial professionals with the IUL. And this IUL is partially properly structured because this particular IUL was structured for the benefit of my pocket, not for the benefit of the client's pocket, but for the benefit of the client's future strategy. Before I continue, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, let's proceed to give you what you need. So first here, as you can see, this was created and illustrated by me, presented by me, Alonzo D. Hall, on June 7th, 2023. Now, first thing you should see about this is the annual premium. Like I said, IULs are not cheap. This particular client is putting basically $50,000 a year into the policy. Now, you should understand, most insurance agents get what's street level is called 50%, right? So, meaning they get half of what you pay into the policy for the year. So, for math's sake, we'll make it easy and say I'm at 50%. I'm substantially higher, but for math's sake and you to understand, let's make it easy. So let's take a look here, because you always want to look at a way that your agent is paid commission. Most IULs will have at the bottom their commission statement. So here it'll tell you I'm getting 50% of $48,000. That means it's a $24,000 payday for me on this one policy. This is a reason why a lot of agents are pushing the IUL, because you, the client, is going to be dumping a lot of money in there. And if it's not properly structured, or if it's structured like this particular policy, which, as I mentioned, was structured more for my benefit than that of the client, and myself and the client had that discussion, and I explained to him that I can change a few things, one being the death benefit, and make the policy more beneficial to him. Another thing you'll notice here is the death benefit option, which means that there's an increasing death benefit. So what does that mean? Well, this means that in the event of his passing, his family would get the benefit of the cash value and the death benefit, because the insurance company would be beholden to that initial number of that $2.4 million death benefit. And then as his cash value increases, it increases the death benefit. Right? Now, one thing I do agree with is that no one should be paying for life insurance for their whole life, which, if you'll see here, this says annual outlay. So this means this is how much comes out of your pocket, the client, every year. If you'll notice, he's paying out of his pocket from age 45 to 65. Right? Well, technically 44 to 65. Right? Now, this is not for retirement. This is for something called a collateral assignment, because he's going to be purchasing real estate with this. He's going to be purchasing real estate with this policy, as opposed to using it for the death benefit. Because again, IULs are generally not for the death benefit, right? So as you'll see, as time goes, and this is why when people are saying buy term, invest the rest, you need to ask about things like your risk tolerance and your time horizon. He's not trying to touch this money for a number of years. So if you look here, in 21 years, he's put a total of $1,008,000 into the policy in total. Let's see how much cash value he has by year 21. Right? So year 21, right here, he's got cash value into the policy, $1,058,572. He's got a death benefit of $3.4 million. So that's $1 million more than he contractually paid for. He's also stopped paying for the policy. Now, here's where I want to challenge a lot of mortgage professionals and financial professionals, because again, they're telling you, oh, the IUL is terrible. Right now, this doesn't look so terrible. And again, like I said, this particular policy is set up more for my benefit, the agent, as opposed to him, the client. But bear with me as I continue. I want to pull up something else. So I've went to bankrate.com, and we're going to see what's called an amortization calculator, right? Because people are so thirsty for getting a mortgage. So now, let's put in $2.4 million, because remember, $48,000 a year, if I pull up that calculator, hold on, 2450000, right, for a 30-year mortgage, right? And we're going to say that he got this mortgage in June of 2023 at a 5% interest rate. His monthly payment would be $13,559. Now, here's where mortgage guys, because you know you can use a life insurance policy to help you qualify for a mortgage, a cash value life insurance policy. You'll notice here his monthly payment, $13,559. He's going to pay a total of $2.4 million in interest. So the total cost of the loan is $4.8 million. So I find it funny that these people are telling you, oh yeah, get a mortgage, blah, 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 blah. You can look at the schedule here. So it'll literally tell you from exactly how much goes to the principal, how much goes to the interest, and how much your remaining balance is. Now, isn't it odd that this amortization schedule looks very similar to this? I wonder why. Because they're almost the exact same thing, except this one you're paying to yourself, whereas this one you're paying to a loan company, and you're paying them the interest. Now, I didn't show you here, but there's something called the new money in, new money out, and this is at a 4.82% interest rate. The guaranteed policy values is basically if the insurance company from the day he purchased the policy were to go belly up and start bleeding money. Not likely to happen. The non-guaranteed policy values right here. This is what was currently happening at the time. And he's locked into a 1-year point-to-point. So while people will tell you things like, oh, this is arbitrary because that interest rate can change, it often changes. But it only changes based on how you're locked in. So he's locked in 1 year point-to-point. Meaning for 1 year, he's locked into that 4.82% interest. And my job is to do an annual review with him and reallocate every year. Kind of like you do with your investment portfolio. So this is getting kind of long. We're going to have to continue and do some more of this. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, contribute to channel growth. Or this, actually, before we go there. So this guy is going to use something called the buy, borrow, die strategy. So again, like I said, IULs are not cheap. But what he is doing here is he's going to buy it. And at a certain point, he's going to start borrowing from it because, again, nobody should be paying for cash value life insurance for their whole life. So as you see here, he pays that limited period of time, 21 years, because all life insurance is term life insurance. Is just if it's a defined term like 10, 20, 30 years or an indefined term. Anyway, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back with more. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.